Right, should you be worried about a director's conduct report? Okay, listen, UK directors, if you're watching this video, it's likely that you're feeling worried about a director's conduct report or that you're considering insolvency. A director's conduct report is something that an insolvency practitioner has to file on your conduct if you go into liquidation. Well, fear not. In this video, we're going to break it down for you in plain English. First of all, let's start with the basics. A director's conduct report is a report that's conducted by an insolvency practitioner. It's essentially an investigation into the conduct of you, the director, if your company goes into insolvency. And the report looks at a range of factors, including directors' action leading up to insolvency, the way they manage the company's finances, and whether they comply with their legal obligations. Now, you might be thinking, uh-oh, this doesn't sound good, I'm going straight to jail. But don't worry, a director's conduct report isn't necessarily a death sentence. In fact, it's often just a standard part of the insolvency process. You know, the purpose of the report is to provide an impartial assessment of your conduct to the creditors, other stakeholders, and it's out there, okay? It gets sent to the insolvency service. So, what happens if you're the subject of a director's conduct report? Well, the first thing to note is that you'll be given the opportunity to respond to the report's findings if anything untoward has been uncovered. You'll be able to give your own account of events, explain your actions, present any evidence that supports your case. Now, the insolvency practitioner will take your response into account when finalising the report and before they send it out. Now, let's talk about what the report means for you as a director. Because if the report finds that you've been up to anything or you've acted improperly, breached your legal duties, it could have some pretty serious consequences. You know, for example, you could be disqualified. You could be issued with something like called a personal liability notice, and that basically makes you personally liable for some or all the company's debts. Now, the IP are going to be looking particularly at if you've got any overdrawn loan accounts, if you've paid anyone preferentially, did you inflate the turnover on your bounce back loan application, did you spend the bounce back loan on a new car, new watch, new extension, or have you tried to sell any of the assets of the company cheaply before liquidating? Listen, it's important to note that not all conduct reports lead to a negative outcome. I mean, if the report finds that you acted in good faith, you complied with your legal obligations, and you did everything you could to save the company, then you're unlikely to face any serious consequences. Now, in conclusion, a director's conduct report can be a worrying prospect, but it's important to remember that it's just one part of the insolvency process. And if you're the subject of a report, make sure you respond in a timely and thoroughly manner to the insolvency practitioner. Now listen, it's really important, if you've become insolvent, right, you're struggling to pay your debts on time, get some advice early, because the earlier you seek advice, the better the outcome for everybody, including you. And it's a good thing to have on your director's conduct report is that you sought advice early. I hope you found this useful. Chris Worden, please subscribe to the channel if you're still watching me. Goodbye.